Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone had a great week. We're here for our weekly Oneg Shabbat. As it's starting to get a little warmer outside, we're past the holiday of Purim. I hope everybody enjoyed the Purim last week and the Hamantashen as we start to get closer and prepared for Pesach, for Passover. So we'll discuss a little bit that this morning and some other things as well. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharetz, Malachei Elyon. Mihi melech malchei amlochim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom aleichem melechei hasharetz melechei elyon. Mihi melech malchei amlochim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom malachei hashalom malachei elyon. Mihi melech malchei amlochim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom malachei hashalom malachei elyon. Mihi melech malchei amlochim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni l'shalom malachei hashalom malachei elyon. Mihi melech malchei amlochim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni l'shalom malachei hashalom malachei elyon. Mihi melech malchei amlochim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seizchem l'shalom malachei hashalom malachei elyon. Mihi melech malchei amlochim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seizchem l'shalom malachei hashalom malachei elyon. Mihi melech malchei amlochim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So as we're ending the month of Adar, we're getting closer to the month of Nisan, the first month of the year, which is represented by spring, the time the Jewish people left Egypt. And it's important to note that although we follow the Jewish calendar slightly different than the solar calendar, than the American calendar, as there are different months and different times of the year, it's very important that Passover time, always falls out in the spring. And some of the commentators ask, what's so unique about Pesach that it has to fall out in the spring? Does it really matter what season it's in? Why can it be in the winter? Why can it be in the summer? And the answer is that the spring represents two things. Number one, obviously the nice, wonderful weather is something that we could all appreciate, as there's nothing like a beautiful spring day, not too hot and not too cold. So it gets us in a good mood for the holiday. But also, more importantly, spring is a time when the new trees begin to blossom, the new fruit begins to grow on the trees, and it's a time of rejuvenation and time of renewal. Every year, Passover time, Pesach time, as we go into the month of Nisan, the spring, we remember that the same way the Jewish people were saved from Egypt and they started anew as a new nation, so too every year we have the opportunity to start fresh and to start anew and welcome the life into the world. This obviously is an important message at times we're living in as we're inching closer and closer to the end of this terrible pandemic. And the thought of renewal, the thought of life, rejuvenation is something which, if we think about it, will give us much needed encouragement in our lifetime. If we all think about, we look outside, we'll see trees begin to blossom over the next few weeks. We should think about the same way those trees, which a few weeks ago were dead and no growth on them, no life in them, and the new life comes, so too our lives will be rejuvenated as well. L'cha dodi likras kala pnei Shabbos nekavela l'cha dodi kras kala pnei Shabbos nekavela shamar v'zachar v'dibur echad ishmiyanu kelam yuchar Hashem echad u'shmo echad l'shemo seferes v'letzila Chadodi likras kala b'nei Shabbos nekabela likras Shabbos v'nelcha ki mikor habiracha meirosh mikedem nisrucha Sov maaseh b'machshavat tefila lecha dodi likras kala b'nei Shabbos nekabela Boi b'shalom ataretz v'ala gam berina v'tzala tochem unei yam segula boi kala lecha dodi Kras kala b'nei Shabbos nekabela. Another theme about Pesach, about Passover, is doing things quickly. When we bake the matzahs, we make sure to bake them quickly within 18 minutes, that the dough doesn't rise. And this is because when the Jewish people left Egypt, when they finally got the go-ahead from King Pharaoh to leave, God told them, run out as quickly as you can before Pharaoh changes his mind, and to run out. And although sometimes running towards things seems a little bit odd, why do we always have to rush? On the other hand, we can see the contrast of one moment slaves and the next moment freedom. And this idea of doing things quickly and changing over drastically in a short amount of time is something we always have to remember, that God is always with us. And the same way God saved the Jewish people, in a matter of minutes, they went from slaves to a free nation, so too in our lives, God will always be able to transform our situation, even if not in the greatest situation, to a situation of great salvation in only a matter of a few minutes. Adon olam asher malach v'terem kol yitzir nivra liyes nasa b'chefso kol azai melech shemo nikra v'yacharei kechlos hakol levahada yemlach nahora v'haya v'hoveh Lo yiyeh b'sifara v'hu echad v'yein sheni Lahamshila lahachbira v'li reishes v'li sachlis v'lo ha'od v'hamisra v'hu keli v'chai goali v'tzorchev li v'yeis nasa v'hu nisi umanosli Minas kosi biyom ekra biyahada avkid V'yesi shad v'yahira v'yimruchi gev'yasi Ado shehem li v'lo ira. Have a happy and healthy week. Great Shabbat. We'll see everybody next week.